Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 85 of Let's Try Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Right smack dab in the middle of the 80s. Hope you guys are doing well. We're going to get it in today, and we might talk to the Queen today. It seems like that's where we're headed. At the Crusaders camp, we've been all around. First up is the medic tent, as we're going to see in a few seconds here. All right, here we are. Going to see the field medic. Camellia must be in here somewhere. This is the field hospital. Alas, the clerics of Canabra suffered especially heavy losses, so we're in desperate need of healers. Vasali's here. We are few, but the gods are with us. The prayers of good people around the world are with us. Dear lady, you've been standing here for a long time. Would you like to help? It is not Camellia, it is Kyoto. Oh, there she is. Who, me? No, I definitely would not. Please, just act like I'm not here. I just like to watch people work. Is she a vampire, guys? I don't know. Oh, teacher, what's this word? Let me see. Orthopraxy? Orthopraxy? It means things should be done right, not slapdash. Okay, so we found Camellia's hiding spot. Beautiful day, isn't it? There's a book here. This is How to Deal with Vampires. In Search of Joy, Confessions of a Heretic. I take a deep breath and stand still. I long to absorb every moment of joy, inhale the evaporation of someone else's soul from their thickening blood. It is. The border between reality and dream fades. It seems that everyone beyond the wall can hear the throbbing in my head, but it's only my fantasy. A ringing silence fills the room. The fifth sacrifice has been made. My mistress, the most beautiful of goddesses, will be happy. I will take care of everything. Fragrant flowers, cut at the climax of their beauty, are now a part of the masterpiece, which is worthy of Shaylin herself. So what if the narrow-minded priest rejected me and my gift? I serve the never-fading rose herself, not the worms that bite into her stem and suck at her life-giving juices. It won't be long now before I finish my job. I've already found the material. Her eyes are gray and hair is dark blonde. She is fading into the dirt. I will rewrite her destiny. Weird, sure, but not like damning or anything. Oh, Vasily. A stout old man with a fuzzy gray beard beats you with a deep bow. Well met, Commander. You caused me quite the stir. Everyone thought Canabra's was done for, but the gods had other plans. That was quite a blaze over the Grey Garrison. All the vermin running out with their tails between their legs. Who are you? Vasily Rothamus, former rector of the Canabra's Temple of Abadar, and now your humble servant. In times like these, one cannot serve the god of cities while sitting comfortably behind a city wall. Abadar, the god of cities, law, merchants, and wealth, also called the god of walls and ditches in the Eastern Dragon Empires, is known to be a patient deity. Maintaining a strong neutral stance in his actions, he strives to expand civilization and order among the peoples of Galarian. Not a bad guy. You pursue a sacred cause, and I will help you in any way I can. I await your orders, Commander. Lead us onward to Dresden. How'd you end up on the battlefield? Everyone here has a story like that, but mine is a rather boring one. Believe it or not, it was bureaucracy. We heard this before as well, but I just want to hear it again. When the old rector of the Canabra's temple died, may Abadar rest his soul, the church required a replacement. I volunteered and served for 30 years without incident. I prayed, organized festivals and funerals, bought candles, sanctified water, boring, mundane things that make up the daily routine of civilized society. But then civilized society failed, and it was time for me to go to war. Praise Abadar, who led me through the ruins to the Defender's heart. Who's that boy with you? This one, Kyoto the Shepherd, my apprentice. He's a smart boy and his faith is strong. He serves Erastil though, but there's still something he can learn from an old servant of Abadar. He'll be a great cleric when he gets a little older. What kind of help can I expect from you? First, if you need a scroll with a divine spell, I have a lot of them. Something for every emergency. Second, while you're at the camp, I can read any scroll for you. Guaranteed, no surprises. And you'd better not leave the camp without a cleric. I won't be going with you, so you'll need someone else who can read scrolls. Tell me again about the Abyss's corruption. As you know, the wound is a rift between Galarian and the Abyss, and all the evil that feeds the Abyss does the opposite in our world. It feeds on Galarian. So it is that even when we cannot see demons near us, our ultimate foe, the Abyss, is always surrounding us. Many soldiers fighting in the World Wound experience similar things. They suffer terrible nightmares, get no peace, and sometimes even lose their minds. But we are trained to help you with this affliction. By the will of Abadar, I have consecrated an altar here. The god's grace permeates the space around it, soothing one's soul and quieting thoughts during rest. So, if you find your nerves are fraying, seek out a holy place like this. Approach it, and all the corruption will be cleansed from you. I forgot we have to do that sometimes. I have to go. Go and may Abadar protect you. And that shrine is in the altar room, the chapel room, basically. That's what that consecrated shrine does. Seela's still having a good time down here. Oh, I spotted some son. Oh, may Canavers be danged. Anonymous pamphlet. I spit on the streets of Canavers. I spit on its granite walls and its stained glass windows. If tomorrow the ground trembles, splits apart, and devours this cursed city, I will not shed one tear. We may have read this before. No one here, not a single soul, deserves any compassion. Everyone who lives in this city is a criminal. If there were any justice in this world, every one of them would be hanging from the gallows. Prelate Holrune and Queen Galfrey chief among them. Ask anyone on the streets what they know of mongrels. The answer will be dumb silence or the lowered eyes of a scoundrel who knows their crimes, but doesn't want to think about it. Mongrels, a disgusting nickname which the residents of the city have given to the brave Crusader heroes who defeated the forces of evil but paid for it with their health. Covered with scabs and tumors, bloated and gnarled, they were no longer beautiful enough to be tolerated by the very people they'd saved. As a reward for their heroism, the city dwellers exiled them to the sewers and damp caves beneath the city. The author of these words went down there and spoke with them, and I'll have you know that the ugliest of them is more noble than all the paladins of Mendev, not to mention that head-chopping prelate and his murderous queen. And if any pretend that today's city dwellers aren't responsible for the crime of their grandfathers, then I will spit in their face, for the grandchildren of the exiled are still down there, crawling in the mud and eating garbage. And everyone who knows about this and does nothing, and everyone who should know but prefers blissful ignorance, I say they're all guilty, and they repeat the same crime every day. And as long as this doesn't change, any citizen who desires to fight a demon should take a knife and stab themselves in the stomach, for your city has already rotted, and you are no better than the demons. And if anyone would repent and right this terrible wrong, they should turn their weapons on the prudish paladins who preach good but defend an order that flies in the face of justice. Down with the paladins, down with Prelate Holrune, down with Queen Galfrey. There are pamphlets. Enemy pamphlets.
I'm gone.
Alright, we did that. Oh, we didn't leave the camp yet. Is this leaving the camp? Yeah. We didn't come over this side yet though. Commander? Oh, Magdalene likes that horse. Finally, a crusade. Just want to come down here for the sake of spotting valuables. Oh, you think they'd put one down here? How about down in here? Summoned friendly elementals. Not something you see every day. Just when a summon spell is cast.
Follow my steps.
Just looking, maybe my perception isn't high enough. So maybe it won't say I failed a perception check. There we go. 95 coins, 5 shining scales, an ale, and the rare bloodstone. Nice. I love it. Alright, let's go in and talk to the queen. We've seen the whole camp. We've met all of our companions. Right, let's look at the companions. Ember. Yeah, that's all of them. If we get any more, then that would be cool. Seeing if we spot anything.
Let's head out.
Alright, we've been in Nuraz's tent, we've been in the Tirabe tent. Alright, all signs point to the Queen. Let's quick save and look at the map. One, quick last time. Eagle Watch encampment. Chapel tent, yeah. Neurosian's recruit encampment, okay. Let's go talk to the Queen, guys.
Let us be careful.
Well. There's Nura, there's Soooo. Let's grab the loot. A spear, 2 long spears, 3 bardishes. A half plate, worth 150, not bad.
Tread lightly.
Sorry, Queen, I gotta get the loot first. That's how we roll. Another half plate worth 150, I'll take it. Commander's chest. Okay, somewhere to put stuff. A breastplate worth 50. Oh my. Padded armor, 2 shining shells, exquisite pearl, 5 gold powder, silver ring, a dagger, 2 peridot gems, 2 bastard swords, a light crossbow, a scimitar, 530 coins, 2 spears, a light hammer, and 3 protection from evil. Not bad. Alright, let's see. Who's Soooo? Leotor Hawkblade. It's good to meet you, Commander. Nura? Happy to help the cause, Commander. My respects, Commander. I hope you'll be able to spare me some time after all the formalities. Queen Galfrey? The Queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air with which she just announced the 5th Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendev appears calm and thoughtful. She has made her move and now awaits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds.
She gets quickly to the point.
I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation.
Nice.
A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself.
Wow.
I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Soooo Vainik.
The Queen nods to the human man and the young halfling woman standing next to her.
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Okay.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons. I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it.
Nice.
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
Sure thing.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, his trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
we met at the Defender's Heart, I never imagined you'd make me the commander of the new crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme, and beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it.
The Queen allows herself a smile.
However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
I have some questions about my mission to retake Trez. We'll do that last. Did you know if the souls of angels from heaven are confined in the Wordstone?
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual Celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first Wardstone in Kenobris, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works.
A furrow forms in the Queen's brow.
Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the Wardstone in Kenobris, and were able to save this gift of Iomede. It was a deed worthy of a Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
The Queen subtly inclines her head in solemn acknowledgement of your service. You should know I received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Kenobris. In a vision I saw a death of an angel called Lariel. Somehow he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heaven.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the world wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel, even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on this special mission.
Lariel was an angel who met his end in the caves under Kenobris. Before his death, he was able to seal a shred of his memories and his flaming sword in a rock. The sword disappeared at your touch, but a part of its power entered your soul.
It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
A smile, kind and sad, crosses the Queen's face. Show the covenant of the inheritor. Do you remember this?
You get this? I thought this relic was destroyed many years ago. How strange it is to see it whole again. At one time, it gave me hope. I am pleased that this object will serve the crusade once more.
The Queen's eyebrows shoot up in surprise. Queen Galfrey's hand twitches as if trying to reach for the relic of its own accord, but the Queen stills its movement. I had a vision of Iomede giving her covenant to you.
I was young and did not fully understand the magnitude of the duty that had been entrusted to me. Iomede gave me hope and strength to see me through the trials ahead, and in so doing, she won my everlasting loyalty.
The Queen's lips flatten into a hard line. Do you still remember the oath you swore in battle?
Always. No matter how arduous, no matter how dark the skies, no matter how much blood flows from my wounds, I shall stand with you. We shall fight for our loved ones and our friends, for the right to live and die free. We shall do everything we possibly can, and after that, we shall begin to do the impossible. And if the hour should come when our arms can no longer raise our swords, our bodies will become a shield to cover those who still have strength to fight. I, Galfrey, Queen of Mendev, swear this to you. This is my vow.
Holy cow, bro. I didn't expect that to hit me emotionally. Whew. Oh my goodness. The queen's gaze grows distant. Oh my gosh. That was pretty wild vow there, bro. You withstood a blow from Arilu Vorlesh in that battle.
I would proudly declare that to be true, and say that even Arilu Vorlesh could not kill me on her first attempt. But to do so would be boasting. I was protected by my goddess. However, I was glad to see that, no matter how great the betrayer of humanity's power, it is nothing as compared to Iomede's might.
Alright, so hand over the Covenant of the Inheritor. Please take this gift. The Covenant of the Inheritor should belong to you.
Let the Covenant's restoration into my hands be a good omen for this war. I thank you. I shall ask the priests to offer prayers for you, that Iomede may send you strength and fortitude in the coming battles.
Wow, she actually took it. I didn't think she'd take it. That was such a good item. I really wanted it, but... And what are you... I had some questions about my mission to retake Dresden.
Of course. I shall answer.
230 XP for that. How did the demons manage to conquer Dresden?
That's a good question. Its walls were built by dwarf craftsmen, and the power of the Sword of Valor protected the city. Alas, where raging hordes failed, a single lying tongue was all they needed to succeed. The demoness Minago convinced a young and ambitious crusader named Staunton Vane that the banner belonged on the battlefield. He went on a daring and unapproved raid, and the banner ended up in the enemy's hands. The city fell soon after. Ever since then, for 7 decades, it has served as a citadel for the forces of the Abyss.
And if you remember Minago, the powerful Lilitu, one of the demons whose names that men have always spoken with a curse, she's the author of 2 of the most horrific atrocities in the history of the Crusades, the Fall of Dresden and the Red Morning Massacre of Canabras. Staunton Vane is a dwarf crusader whose fatal mistake led to the fall of Dresden in the thrall of the demoness Minago, who appeared to him as a beautiful elf woman. Staunton and his friends took away a powerful artifact that guarded the fortress, the Sword of Valor. Without the artifact's protection, a tide of demons washed over the city, which fell in a great massacre. Staunton survived these events and would have been sentenced to death, but Queen Galfrey, believing him a sincerely mistaken idealist, not a traitor, stepped in and spared his life. It should go on to say he defected once again to the demons and helped Minago escape from death. Staunton Vane, I saw him at the Grey Garrison. He defected to the demon side.
Oh, really? I wasn't informed of this.
Galfrey frowns.
After Dresden fell because of Staunton, he was nearly sentenced to death. He deserved it. In wartime, men are hanged for far less. But you have no idea what a terrible sight it is. A raging crowd of crusaders baying for blood.
Oof.
Never have my fighters looked so much like the demons we are fighting.
Right?
I commuted Staunton's sentence and stripped him of his rank. Not just for him, but for my army and my country. We are not Hell Knights. We do not maintain discipline with public executions.
Well put. Hell Knights are a collection of knightly orders with a unique focus on the promulgation of law. Unlike paladins, they're interested less in social good and charity than in the foundation and stringent maintenance of order at all costs. If people cannot be trusted to obey the law out of their own power, or out of their own sense of stability and social righteousness, Hell Knights provide the need to obey out of fear of a master's stern hand. I don't want to say it was a tough choice. No, it's not a tough choice not to hang somebody. It's not a very tough choice, bro. Like, past is the past. What matters now that he's fighting for the other side. I expect we'll meet him in Dresden.
The past is given to us to learn from, and to avoid making the same mistakes. But you're right about one thing. I am sure we shall hear more from this twice-turned traitor.
What forces are at my disposal?
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit.
Okay.
These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning.
Well, you better hope.
If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. But it's been decades and no one has managed to retake the city. Why do you think we're different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demon's plans in Canabris. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Canabris.
True.
We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
Nice. What about long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the world wound forever?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander. However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the Abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed.
The Queen nods in approval, then frowns.
The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the Abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here.
Cool.
However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened.
I love that there's magical science, and we don't know how this works. We have to study it. That's so cool.
The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus.
Wow.
We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins of the World Wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold. The very threshold of the Abyss.
Wow. I have no more questions.
Wonderful.
And what are you going to do?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Neurosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
Galfrey arches her brow. Requires Angel Mythic Path. My queen, I'd ask you to remain with us. The Dresden campaign is the hope of the Crusade, and the blessing of Iomade that you carry may be decisive in this battle. Can she go to battle with us? Yeah, let's say that.
What is this I hear? A polite attempt to appeal to the conscience of an old sovereign?
The queen flashes something of a slightly astonished smile. You performed an action that was good.
I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev.
Wow.
But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen and a queen of warriors. yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine. I shall join the crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito.
Awesome.
Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you.
That's for sure.
But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle. Let it be a surprise for the demons.
Oh my gosh.
I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it.
Galfrey chuckles.
Do you have any other questions?
Oh man, this game is gonna get me emotionally so many times. The task is clear.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable.
The queen gives you an impish wink.
Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
Huh.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, he has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
Oh no, did I get him? Oh my gosh. This was supposed to be like Sealer or something, and we ended up getting it to Count because I said I wanted to get to know him better. Oh my gosh. The queen makes you a stately gesture in your direction.
It is a great honor, I suppose.
Davron's cool expression wavers, but he seems not to be fully cognizant of what is happening. That, or he's holding himself tightly in check. I have no need of this advisor. I should probably say that.
In that case, you may release the Count from his post as soon as I depart the camp. I imagine the public will be most disappointed. Why, news of the Count's appointment should have already reached the capital by now.
Oh no.
And all of Mendev's aristocratic society will be waiting with bated breath to see how dear Dayron fares. Should he return in disgrace, having been jettisoned by the commander on his very first day in post, well, it will undoubtedly be the scandal of the year.
Oh my gosh.
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
The Count offers a bow, either as a sign of respect or in order to hide his flushed face. Only the barest quaver can be heard in his voice.
Then let's get going. May Ayomide help us.
You can say that again. Oh my gosh, why is he the... Anevia, okay. We have to check our quest soon. Anevia sweeps an inquisitive glance over you. So, tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Great Garrison end? I heard the rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You've no idea what cobblers the Crusaders say about you. Some say that Iomade came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died, and an honest-to-God's angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Still others say it was just an explosion at an alchemist lab, and I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish. But, you know, you really have changed since the Great Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've become kinda... Anevia waves her hand trying to find the word. Stronger? More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. I was going to say that too. You're dangerous, Commander, and by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us. Or to yourself. Alright, you watch yourself now. Alright, so that is the Queen's summonings. We check our journal. Sword of Valor, banner over the Citadel, make it to Dresden. The fight for Canabras marked the beginning of the Fifth Crusade. The next objective is Dresden, once the capital of the Crusader movement and now a demon citadel. Who will win? It's an equation with an infinite number of unknowns. The finest military minds failed to bring an end to this war, but a new leader now stands in command, one different from all the others, and perhaps this new variable will produce a different result. Make it to Dresden. The army sets off from Canabras to Dresden. Between the two cities there are miles and miles of lands, maimed by the claws of the abyss. How many of those who set out will reach their destination alive? Will anyone join them along the way? Time is a luxury they do not have, and the chances that the whole situation will change unpredictably increase with each passing day. Wow. Cold waters. Visit Jerna and Chili Creek. We still have the Outcast. Let's not show the completed. We still have the Outcast. Wait for Kaylessa's schemes to be revealed. We let her live. Cold waters is timed. More than nothing. Visit the nameless ruins. That's not timed. Visit the abandoned Houndheart's camp. While the world burns. The Inquisitor of the Church of Iomade wants to discuss a matter of exceptional importance with the commander. This is how secrets of the past knock on the doors of the present. What's hidden in the dark always comes to light. Mortals like to believe that some mystical principles are involved, but they are mostly wrong. It's just that there is always some nimble mind or a dangerously curious soul whose thirst for knowledge will overcome any obstacle, for better or for worse. The Inquisitor is waiting for the commander in the camp for an important discussion. A farewell. The army begins its march from Canabras. Many of those undertaking this journey will not return for a long time. Many more will not return at all. The young cleric still has one thing left to do in the city, bidding a final farewell to someone important to him. Talk to Sozio. The young cleric wants to discuss something important. It might be a good idea to hear what he has to say. Crusade quest opening. Laymen believe that a military commander's success is built on their intellect, insight, or personal courage. However, all these qualities are useless if the leader lacks one that matters the most: unshakable authority among the rank and file, ensuring that they follow orders quickly and without question. The commander assumed control of the Crusader army only recently, and he will have to quickly master the art of managing a military host. The commander's early successes or failures in his new post will determine whether the soldiers trust his leadership or lose faith in him. Wipe out the band of cultists. The band of cultists who participated in the attack on Canabras is retreating in the direction of Dresden. The first task of the commander's army is to capture and eliminate them so they cannot warn the demons. Find the lost relic of the Crusaders. According to chronicles, one of the Crusade's relics was lost in the lands the commander's army is about to pass through. The power of this artifact would be useful in the march on Dresden. Perhaps it would be wise to spend some time carefully exploring the right bank of the West Selen. And then Aaron's Erebeth's scabbard. Ask Erebeth how the scabbard for her family's heirloom sword ended up in a smuggler's cache. Remember that. In pursuit of the past, the storyteller seeks pages covered in ancient elven script. They will help to shed light on the long forgotten past. And that is our journal right now. So let's quick save. See how long we've been playing. It's been 38 minutes. Can you believe it? We have to go already. Step outside though. Okay. League of the Inspiring Cart. Now that the trouble in Canabras is in the past, it's time to visit the camp. Alright guys, so here we are. So I'm going to say thank you for joining me, as always. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. There's Erebeth, the Prested Digipainter Golem. We'll go find Leoter, Mysterious Elf. Okay. Lots going on, guys. New people may be joining. There may be a lot more companions than this. Can't wait to see. But hope you'll join me next time to see more. We'll be plunging into this second act, as it were, and continuing on with the game. So hope to see you guys there. If you're new to my channel, same thing. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll join me by hitting the subscribe button and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. If you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you did, please go ahead and hit the like button or leave a comment. Those are two ways to let me know you want to see more, and then more will get made, but more is getting made anyway. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope to see you next time. Until then, be well, live well, stay well, and much love, peace, and joy to all of you. Game is so cool, man. I'm really enjoying it. Probably going to hit 100 episodes. Keep going. We'll see what's good. So, see you guys then. Peace out.